All right, guys, so we won by 2 goals to 0, fresh after the international break. Glad to get back to club football. And we started so well. We started on the front foot. To me, it looked like we was pressing really hard up the pitch. It looked like we wanted the ball, wanted to take the game to Swansea. We knew that they would come and defend. We knew they would put bodies behind the ball, and that's what they did. But it was so refreshing in that first half to see us interchanging, to see us passing the ball quickly. The tempo to the game was really good. We get the deadlock broken, 1-0 after 5 minutes. Lukaku with a good finish. A little bit fortunate actually, but good finish in the end. Good work from Sanchez. Lingard heavily involved in the goal as well. So we're thinking, right, great start. Then we go searching for the second, huffed and puffed, a few chances, a few half chances, and then we get that second on 20th minute with the assist from Lingard. He played really well today. And then we get to half time, 2-0 up, and me included, I'll hold my hands up and say it. I'm thinking, what, happy days here, 2-0 up. I predicted 2-0, but I thought, my prediction's been smashed here. We're definitely going to get 3 or 4, maybe even 5. Some people were predicting sitting behind me. And in the second half, it was like, I honestly can't put my finger on it. It was almost like Mourinho said, I'll tell you what, we've got City next week. Let's just sit on this and see it out. It was such a come down. I was trying to put my finger on what had actually changed. The biggest thing that did change was obviously Swansea made changes. I haven't obviously heard Mourinho's post-match comments in his interview, but I'm sure he'll probably put reference to the fact that they made a change. They brought on Tammy Abraham, and he did well up front, to be fair to him. They put Ayew out to the right and brought on Tom Carroll as well in the midfield. And they started coming out to play. I mean, yes, they're 2-0 down, so they probably just threw everything at us. And it wasn't even a barrage of attack after attack, but we were just poor in the second half. Look, we've won the game, and I don't want to sound too negative because I know a lot of you guys will be saying, Flex, we've won the game, but I can't be the only one. Well, I know I'm not the only one. There was people around me who were really frustrated in that second half, especially in the last sort of 10-15 minutes. They wanted changes earlier from Mourinho. And when we were 2-0 up and cruising, it was kind of like, why are we playing sideways? Why are we playing so laboured? And a fan hit a nail in the head in one of the fan cams earlier. It wasn't even like we were defending, we just wasn't attacking. It was just like seeing the game out, and we're 2-0 up. The fans want to be excited in that position where we were comfortable. You want to see a third, you want to see a fourth. Yes, we had a couple of chances. I think Sanchez had a header from 6 yards. I think he just got underneath the ball and the ball went into the roof of the net. One matter was found really well by, I think it was Pogba. What could have been Sanchez, I can't remember, but the ball was kind of up in the air for a little while. Probably thought he was going to get clattered by the keeper. Lost his bearings a little bit, and he put the ball wide of the target. So we had maybe 1 or 2 chances, but the biggest moments in that second half came for Swansea. David De Gea had absolutely nothing to do in that first half. Absolutely nothing to do in that first half. But in the second half, he had to pull out 2 really good saves from Tammy Abraham, especially after that second one. Tammy Abraham was kicking the floor and throwing his arms about because he just couldn't believe he couldn't score, that he hadn't scored. And David De Gea again to the rescue. He didn't have anything to do all game, and when he did, he made it count. That's what having a world-class keeper, well, the best keeper in the world, does for your team. But on a positive, I'm going to try and focus on some positives. It was nice to see us playing like that in the first half. Sanchez, I thought, was good. Although, yes, in the second half he kind of tailed off, but the whole team kind of tailed off in the second half, so I'm not going to direct that at him. He got an assist and he got a goal, well-taken goal. Could have been offside. I've seen a replay, maybe could have been offside. Looked a bit close, but he played well and he needed that goal. Good bit of confidence. I've asked all the fans in the fan cams, obviously, about the City game coming up, and they're saying that, we need to go and attack City. We need to go and put it on them. I mean, can you guys see Mourinho doing that? Can you really see Mourinho thinking, do you know what, let's go at them? I mean, I would like to see him do it, if I'm deadly honest with you. I really would, because we've got nothing to lose. If we sit back like how Chelsea did, that's just embarrassing. And we know what's at stake. Obviously, if they beat us, they're gonna win the league. That's obviously providing that they beat Everton, which they probably will. Let's say that they are going to. So I would actually like to see us go at them and just try. Just try. Yes, you still have to have a game plan. I'm not saying throw the kitchen sink at them and have no structure at the back or anything like that. Of course not. We still have to have a game plan. But one fan said that he would like to see us play similar to how we played against Arsenal. And then if we do go 1 or 2 up, don't just sit back on it. But this Jose Mourinho. I mean, if we're being honest, you can probably see Jose stacking us up to be defensive and hard to beat, and maybe spring on them on the counter. But today's game, in terms of man of the match and standout performances, you know, De Gea's a bit of an unsung hero today. I'm going to say that. Not a lot of people will say it, but he was. I'm not saying he's the man of the match, but to stay switched on and to make those saves that he did was absolutely fantastic. But in terms of man of the match, I'm going to give it to Alexis Sanchez. He wasn't playing absolutely amazingly, didn't have a world-class game, but in terms of how he's been playing recently, I think he really needed that. That done him the world of good. He was heavily involved in the first goal, and obviously the second goal, good composed finish. And this is all-round game, even when he did lose the ball, which he didn't do as much as he normally does today. We're happy to see that because he does give the ball away a hell of a lot. But when he did lose it today, he was running back, he's tracking back, his defensive work was good, his energy levels were good going the other way. Biggest disappointment for me was, like I said, the second half performance was just not good enough, and the substitutions, even when we did make them, they wasn't really inspiring. Rashford didn't really get at the fullback, and the changes didn't really spark anything into life. Paul Pogba, I thought, was okay in the first half. I didn't think he was amazing, but in the second half, I think he tailed off as well. But that was collectively as a team performance. Everything was just so pedestrian. Everything was just so slow. I'm going to give one player praise as well, another player, and that's Victor Lindelof. My eyebrows were raised when he started, not because I don't think he should be, because he's not good enough or anything like that, just because Bailly's been playing well. So I expected Bailly to start, if I'm honest. But Lindelof, you know, although he wasn't massively tested defensively, everything he did was spot on. You know, he won his battles, he won his duels, and he tried to play out from the back and get us playing. So yeah, special praise to him. I thought Ashley Young had a very good game as well. But you know, it was a come down from the first half performance. We wanted to see a few more goals. We didn't get that, but you know, the result, like I say, is always the most important thing. We have kind of been striving for that performance level to be higher. Look, there's what, 7 games left of the season, I think, something like that. In the Premier League, so we're probably not going to be able to fix those problems in those 7 or so games, plus whatever we got in the FA Cup. Hopefully, you get through to that final. We're not going to fix those problems, so our performance levels are probably just going to go up and down like they have done all season. So really, we shouldn't really be surprised. But all in all, it's 3 points. It's a step closer to securing that second spot, which is pretty much all we can play for in the Premier League, obviously. Liverpool won today, so you know we had to win. So we've done that. And on we go to that City game. How do we approach that game? I want to know what you guys think in the views and the comments in the boxes below. Take care, guys.